Yo, what's up guys? I wanted to make a video on how to play Barik. So what we're gonna do is split this video into like three sections. First is a meta breakdown. Second is a card tier list. Third, I'll be discussing talents and the item shop. If you enjoy this video, leave a like. First, let's acknowledge the types of tanks there are. We have point tanks, off tanks, and solo tanks. If you don't know the difference of each of these, check out my next video, types of tanks. Arguably, Barik only wants to play point, meaning he will work best with an off tank like Asher Khan. Question: why should you play Barik? Well, because there are only 3 point tanks in the game right now, Barik, Inara, and Terminus. They kind of act like rock, paper, and scissors. Barik beats Inara, Inara beats Term beats Barik. Barik can outtrade Inara because he has more damage and a shield. Inara has big cooldowns to punish Term can walk up to Barik and swing past his shield, so he can't shield dance. With that being said, it's not always cut and dry. Like Terminus can be pretty underwhelming on large maps with like high ground. For Barik's abilities, Barricade is pretty simple. Rocket Boots hasn't changed that much. You want to use it to dive a low health squishy, keep them on caught, or use it to get the F out. Next, because turrets don't heal as much anymore, you kind of want to use them to body block shots because 1,000 health is pretty nice. You used to place them behind walls, kind of out of the way, so you could run away and heal yourself. But doing that really lowers your amount of DPS. So now you want to mostly use them as a pseudo shield for yourself and capitalize on the damage that they do. And the more DPS, the faster your ult. Dome Shield is a really good panic ult. It makes you almost invincible for 5 seconds at 10,000 health. And then the extra uh, 600 DPS is really nice. So you pretty much just want to pop it on cooldown. So for the tier list section, starting with Accelerator Shield, I'm going to put this at C tier because even in very coordinated play, using Shield for movement speed isn't that good because you're just going to be running in front of the shield, making it useless. Foundation, putting it B tier. Could go A, to be honest, depending on what rank you're at. Only because some people don't shoot shields. Like before the record changes, I didn't even shoot shields. Um, so that could be pretty good. Palisade, I don't really care. Putting it at D tier. A max of 2 seconds isn't really that much, and Wrecker lowers your shielding per second a lot. Bunker, going to D tier as well. Same issue. Even if you max out all shielding cards, you just kind of get hard countered by Wrecker. Brave and Bold, putting this at S tier. Barik is the second lowest health tank at 3,400. So at five cards, you get like 20% health, which can stack with Blast Shields, Haven, and Veteran. Veteran's actually kind of underrated. I might make a video on Veteran pretty soon. I'm gonna skip over to Combat Repair, putting this at S tier. Um, like I said before, because of how Barrick's hitboxes work, it's very easy to sit behind his turrets and use them as a pseudo shield with 1,000 health. Also, the 500 healing a second isn't affected by COD. One man scrap, putting this in S tier, because even if someone buys Bulldozer for your combat repair, your shielding per second will increase, which is kind of nutty. So these two together are pretty much default for Barik. One Man's Treasure, I'm gonna put this A tier. To be honest, I just really like this card for the snowball with One Man Scrap. Failsafe, I'm putting this at A tier. Barik has pretty good mobility, and a reset for his rocket boots is actually pretty nice. Field Deploy, putting this at C tier. Uh, this could be okay with a healing build, but one I found that Barik healing builds can be pretty inconsistent. I'd rather play for damage, which also increases your ult charge, and I would just have my healer subsidize the numbers. Also, your turrets can miss, so yeah. Forge Ally, um, I'm not sure if I want to put this in A or S tier. I'm gonna put it in A tier for right now. Um, I'm not sure how this affects how tanky your turrets are, but I'm pretty sure it'll increase the DPS threshold to destroy the turret. But I don't know to what extent. Also at level 2, Strix has to buy Record 1, which is really good for endgame because you can only buy 4 items. Healing Station, I'm going to put at C tier. It's the same issue as Field Deploy. It can be almost less consistent because placing turrets behind walls will lower your overall DPS. Bowling Ball, putting this at B tier. Instant Shield is nice, but might as well just go for Brave and Bold because it's not counterable through the item shop. And Brave and Bold isn't on a cooldown. And Bowling Ball doesn't stack on Vet. Lol. Fuel efficiency, putting this at A tier. Um, if you have this card at 5 and failsafe, this could actually be pretty nutty because mobility is always good. Double time, putting this at C tier. Might as well go for a bowling ball or brave and bold. It's the same numbers, but everyone's gonna have caught. So yeah. Red streak, putting this at B tier. Um, mobility is good, and like again, like mobility is always good. And you could probably make like a dive build out of this. So I don't know. So this is my main loadout. I have 5 in combat repair, so I can camp behind my turrets. 5 in one man scrap. So if they try to focus me, I have an answer by increasing my shield cooldown. Then right now I like 3 cards or 30% cooldown on elims for the snowball. And then the other 2 one cards don't really matter, but I like the increased health for Haven, etc. Yo, so this quick clip demonstrates how Barik can phase trade very well versus other tanks. Just pay attention to my health and the turret's health. Like, I'm pretty much just sitting here uncontested, dancing behind my turrets, and there's nothing you can really do about it, just eating a lot of damage, and I get a double kill because of it. It's pretty obvious what talent we want to pick, which is Architectonics for the DPS increase and the turret cooldown. This will also mean increased shielding and ult charge. Fortify is also pretty good, but high DPS comps are pretty prevalent, like with Vivian. And Tinkering is pretty much useless. Barrick Shotgun can headshot doing 750 per second, which is really good for other tanks, which is really good versus other tanks. Also, for some reason, his shotgun does more consistent damage at far ranges. Lol. For the item shop, I'm pretty sure maxing out caught first is meta for every single character, even most healers, so that's very safe. Rejuvenate is most likely your second pickup or master riding, depending on the map. Your third pick should be Illuminate or Resilience if you need it. If not, go master riding. The last item should either be Haven or Blast Shields, but never both. Also, Veteran and Morale Boost can be used, but I wouldn't recommend it. Question, should you try to max out one item at a time, or play for the early game and buy all the items and level them up at the same time? I would recommend a little bit of both. Make sure you're keeping up with the other team's master riding and rejuve, but make sure you still have enough eco to shut down big issues like buying Illuminate, Resilience, Haven, etc. But yeah, I would love to hear your feedback in the comments. With that being said, good luck, y'all. Have a nice day.